Hello awesome fans, I'm your host, Keith Wickham, and welcome to Sodor Live. This is my new talk show with a whole new bang, because they didn't just reboot the show, they also rebooted me and my voice. My old show, The Keith Wickham Show, has been officially cancelled. Yes, this is sad news, but in your attempts to save the show, you fans have created this one instead. We have reinvented the show with a new name and style. I just wanted to say thank you for giving the show new life, and thank you all for keeping us alive. I have lots for you guys today from a special guest star. Now let's jump into the news after a word from our sponsors. Well, we have a lot of news, but I'll keep it brief. First, Sodor Fallout will come back after TAT-MOC Episode 1 releases, so don't worry, the Fallout will return with Episode 13. Now for Sodor Dark Realm, Episode 4 will come soon enough as it is needed for Episode 3 of TAT-MOC to make sense. So, speaking of TAT-MOC, aka Toby and the Multiverse of Chaos, this story is a movie broken into 4 awesome pieces to make it easier for the production team to make. TAT-MOC is the biggest project that Percy and the Beast Productions has ever done, with Part 1 having a runtime of up to 20-30 minutes, with 20 different voice actors. So I won't get too far into the details anymore, but there is a full movie trailer in the works for it. And stay tuned for TAT-MOC's arrival by Christmas time. Sodor character restoration will continue with more episodes soon. We have for you one of our biggest stars. Get ready and give a warm round of applause to Edward the Blue Engine. Stay tuned and we'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back. I have Edward here with me.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Keith.
Hello, Edward. What's it like being the star of Sodor Fallout?
Well, Keith, it's a lot of hard work trying to get every scene perfect. The production staff demand a lot out of me, like striking the right poses. The director, Mighty Nick, got mad at me once for accidentally hissing steam at him. So, it can be stressful, but very rewarding, and Mighty Nick is a really great director.
That's interesting. Mighty Nick is indeed an amazing director. So, Edward, what was it like filming your cameo in Sodor and the SCP and Sodor Dark Realm?
Well, it sucks dying. It's not fun, and for those wondering, I did not die in Sodor and the SCP. That was a near miss. You can clearly see me alive in the crash scene. Filming both scenes was a challenge with Sodor Dark Realm. It was giving the illusion that the spike was hitting my face. The only problem I had was that the bag of blood would explode early, and let's just say this happened too many times and got into my eyes. This drove me crazy. Well, for me, SCP was easier because the missile was mostly shot in a green screen, and all I had to do was puff behind James at a certain distance for a certain amount of time.
What's your take on the prospect of you having to act for a different kind of series as TAT-MOC?
Well, Toby and the Multiverse of Chaos is a huge project. I'm just happy I get to be a part of it. I am also happy Toby gets a starring role in his own series, even if it is only a crossover event. I can't say too much about Toby and the Multiverse of Chaos, as it would get me in a lot of trouble. No spoilers!
Are you nervous about having to play alternate versions of yourself? Unless, of course, they're mostly the same.
Yes and no. Because it's a lot of fun playing all these different versions of myself, but it's the face and body paint that makes me nervous. This is because the costume paint can cause my paintwork to chip and be damaged.
Knowing James, I'll bet he won't be too happy about that.
Now I thought I was nitpicky about my paintwork. James gives a whole new meaning. No insult intended, James.
You must be relieved about being one of the few to not have to wear the mutation prosthetics. I imagine they're super irritating, much like real makeup.
Most definitely, yes. But I'm not out of the woods yet, as I think my producers are planning for me to have a mutation in the final episodes of Sodor Fallout. I really hope I am wrong.
Did any of the mutations make you sick or faint upon first being revealed?
Kind of. There was Thomas's mutation. I had a real hard time dealing with that eye sac, but after a while, it got easier to deal with.
I'm glad they still knew Thomas is a fan favorite and let him be relatively fine apart from the mutation. I remember nearly losing my lunch upon seeing James's.
James's mutation was something to see. Those mouths were so detailed.
Speaking of mouths, what was Oliver's take on having to wear that giant beast mouth for his look? How did it even work? Was it like a mask or something?
Well, Oliver had a stunt double. Thank God his face would have suffered horribly from the beast mask. Oliver did a lot of his own scenes, which were really hard to do. But the stunt double did all the close-up scenes where people and engines were getting attacked.
Did the stunt double have a name, or was it a faceless engine built as a replica for the beast scenes?
Yes, his name is S.C. Ruffy, the truck. He was perfect. So much work went into him to make him look like Oliver. Of course, he had no engine, and he had to be moved around by the production team. The truck looked crazy with that beast face on his fake Oliver body, and when the tentacle came out, it gave you goosebumps.
Who operated the tendrils and spider legs that came from the beast?
Well, they would lift Scruffy with a crane, and the drivers and firemen would operate the legs and tendril with machines.
Alright, well, given that we're nearing the end of our time slot, let's get some quickie questions in. And these are from the fans. Are you going to get a similar truck shield to Henry in the near future?
Well, no. I don't think I'll be getting any kind of shield, but you never know. I could be wrong.
What was your first initial reaction after reading the script for Sodor Fallout?
I thought it was an awesome, interesting story with lots of potential.
Which engine death would have been the most disturbing for you had it been real?
I would have to say Trevor because we are real close friends in real life. Not to mention he's the only close friend I've saved from scrap.
Last but not least, what's the most hilarious blooper that happened on set?
What a hard question. Let me think. Oh, I know. One time Thomas's eye sock fell off when the camera was rolling and he exclaimed, "Oh shit, my eye fell out." Upon that we all lost it.
Fantastic. Well, that's all the time we have. I'd like to thank all our sponsors as well as our guest, Edward. Be sure to check out all the updates of the Sodor Fallout series. We will be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back to the show. For our final segment, I'll be answering fan questions. What editing software does Percy and the Beast production use? That would be Adobe Photoshop, Adobe After Effects, and Mova V Video Editor. Next, is Tatmock the only series with a full-fledged voice cast? That's a resounding yes unless you count my new show. Who's your personal favorite engine? Well, my favorite engine is Percy, as we have worked lots together on SDR. Which Thomas and Friends AU is your favorite? This is a hard question as you all make awesome AUs, so I would have to say all of them. Has that Beeching fellow ever visited Sodor himself? Yes, and I'm sure he made certain cuts the engines and the Fat Controller did not approve of. Have you ever thought of writing your own Thomas and Friends AU? I have thought about it, however I am too busy as a TV show host and a TV series star for Sodor Dark Realm, so I do not have the time. What's your favorite model series Thomas and Friends song/character theme? Mine is Toby's theme. It's a very nice instrumental song. As for sing-alongs, my favorite is Donald's Duck. It has a nice beat and funny lyrics. Well, that's it for tonight, but I'll be sure to see you all again next episode. Once again, I express my sincere appreciation for keeping my show on the air. I cannot thank everyone enough. Until next time, this is Keith Wickham, signing off.